Mila me. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be the first video I'm gonna post about my drawings. Well, to be honest, I don't draw a lot. I usually only draw when I feel like it. A friend of mine requested Sailor Moon drawing, and I actually felt like I really wanted to do it right away. I usually take a lot of time to get the inspiration to start, but in this one, I just had it right away. So I finished it actually within a few days. My drawings usually take maybe about 6 hours, including lining and coloring. So this one actually took the same. I cut a lot of the video, so you guys don't stay here around 6 hours. I highlighted a little bit of the important things that I did, but in general, I'm gonna, most of the time, I'm gonna leave you guys to enjoy what's going on. The first thing I'm gonna say is I always start with eyes. I never learned how to draw properly. So I don't really follow the circle drawing of where the face will be and stuff like this. It does cost me sometimes. I do maybe miscalculate where the hair will be, where the head is, and don't have enough space to finish it, but I always manage, so I'm fine with my way. Another thing about me is that I go after trial and error. So basically I draw something, and then if I like it, I keep it. If I don't, I erase everything and redo it again. Which you can see in the chin and the hair. Oh, another thing, please excuse the sudden jumps. It's due to me cutting the video. That's number one. And the second reason is that I'm recording with my phone, which doesn't really have a lot of memory. So it does cut on me, and I have to empty the video and then record another one. So please excuse the sudden jumps if you see them. In this part, where you see me draw a line in the middle of her body, it's basically because I kind of get scared sometimes. Scared to draw the hands and stuff. The hands are, in my opinion, the hardest part. So sometimes I just end the drawing right above the hands, and that's it. But recently I've been very adventurous. So even though I start by being a coward here, as you can see, I draw a line, but it actually helped me, helped condition me to the right mindset. Finish the upper body first perfectly, and then go to the lower body and worry about the hands.
Take it easy. and you know how to forget all the wrongs and every reason.
If you guys are wondering why do I have like my iPad in front of me or my tablet in front of me, well, because I always open a reference photo, so I always remember the shape of, let's say, Sailor Moon's face, nose, hair. So I always open a reference photo. Even if I wanted to draw hands, for example, I try to open a reference for hands tutorials or stuff like this to find what shape do I really want to go after.
Just make me fall. So take it easy.
I'm not doing this as a tutorial video by any means. I'm not a professional and I didn't take any lessons. I don't have like shadow perception. I color very badly in my opinion. So it's not a tutorial, but it's just some tricks that I've learned through making a lot of mistakes. So if it does help you guys, I'll be glad. If it doesn't, that's fine. I did want it to be like she's holding her dress, but I know that the hand should have been like a little bit more closed, but in my opinion this hand looks more elegant. That's one reason that I kept it, and the second reason is that I tried to draw like closed hands and it was very hard, especially from the side, so I went with this one. I love adding small details and accessories. So yeah, I look up pictures of very unique like necklaces, stuff like this, and I try to put them into my drawings, especially when I draw like girls. So that's what I was actually trying to do here. I found this really thin necklace that's, that has stars in it. It's really very thin and simple, yet very elegant. And I saw that the stars actually fit the theme of Sailor Moon. here is the second stage, which is lining the drawing. I think I'm gonna leave like a link of the lining pens that I use. I got them from Amazon, so I'm gonna leave a link if you guys want these exact ones. Lining is very important in my opinion, especially after I tried it the first time. It always brings the drawing to life. It gives it a professional edge that I know I don't have, but it does give it like a life of its own. And don't be afraid to make mistakes when you line it, because even with mistakes, it's gonna look awesome. And the more scared you are, the more you'll be afraid to try new things, which I'm actually not afraid to do. I try to buy new types of coloring tools, and I even found a cure for, when you make mistakes, when you go a little bit out of line and you can't fix it anymore, which is white pens. I might also leave a link to the whitening pens that I use, but they will not help you too much. They will just help you with small, like slip of the hand, lift the original line. I redraw the dress here because I want it to fit more to the position of her hand and how she's holding the dress. I tried to make it, as realistic as possible, but then again, I'm not a professional in any shape or manner. I really love lining the hair. It's one of my favorite parts, even though most of the time I do mess up like a strand of hair or two. But this one turned out to be okay, so I'm proud of it. It's totally okay if sometimes you go out of the lines that you've had originally drawn, because sometimes you see that it's better to do it this way, and sometimes your hand slips and you just make it work. And I even changed, if you can see here, I even changed the direction of the hair. I tried to use a thinner pen here, which is the small size, but unfortunately mine ran out of ink. So I had to use the same small size on the thinner lines, which should have been like more transparent when you look at them. But it still worked out. And here I'm gonna use some gel pens. This is actually the very first time I use gel pens. I've never tried them before. These are actually not something that I got from Amazon, or they're not like high quality ones. They're just like cheap ones that I found in the store and just bought. I never tried them before, so I was glad to give them a try here. Here I'm using the sparkly ones because I'm coloring the jewelry. But yeah, you get the idea. Next, I'm gonna use some watercolor pencils. I got these and I actually don't know how to use them 100%. From what I saw, you should, mix them with some water after you color with them, so they will give the effect of watercolor. But I actually don't use a lot of water with them here because I'm using a normal A4 paper. So the paper gets torn off and thin and wet very quickly. It's not suited for watercolor, so I don't really apply the rules, but I love the effect and the vibrant color that watercolor pencils give. And here's the brush pens. I did a drawing before where I fully colored it with brush pens, but I'm not so good at doing shadows and stuff, so it came out a little bit too overwhelming. But here I'm just using it to highlight, kind of like the shadow. But for me, since I don't really know how to shadow, I'm just going with instinct. Here I actually kind of messed up. I didn't plan on what her dress color is gonna be. So after I colored the belt with red, I was like, pink would go good with the red belt, but it doesn't really suit her. Like her hair, the blonde hair and stuff, blue eyes. pink dress isn't really her best look, so I decided to fix it. I tried the whitening pen, but I do know that it doesn't really cover that much space or fix that much of an issue. So what I did actually is use a corrector. I actually did try it on another paper and it worked out beautifully.
Creeping through the shadows and the corners of your mind. I go where the wind blows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a
So here's the end result. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope that my friend liked it. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.